Welcome to the Nagual Zone. My name is Anaam. Here, I have a really interesting question posed by a user called OZ Conscious or Oz Conscious. Great name. Very interesting. In my last video called The Four Attributes, links coming up. And it's a little bit of an exchange. Two of my apprentices replied. Very good replies. Very nice replies. So go ahead and watch that comment when you get a chance. I'll read it out to you. It's a long comment, but it's well worth a whole video, because even though it was a little bit resolved in the comments, not everyone is going to read the comments, whereas a video will stand out, and there's a little bit more detail I want to go into, because there are misconceptions that can easily creep in when it comes to high quality energy. So I'll tell you what I mean. The comment goes, I have a few questions for you. How can you balance ruthless honesty with yourself, which I assume is being honest about how you're feeling, what you like, don't like, what you are good at, not good at, what you actually do, not do, and high quality energy exchanges? I've talked about high quality energy exchange in my previous videos. You're just going to have to go and look at those. And he says, high quality energy exchanges, which I take to be spreading good vibes, positivity, uplifting energies around you. Right there, an aberration has crept in. Now, if you take the term high quality energy at face value, it will appear as if I'm talking about exactly what Oz Conscious says, which is positivity, spreading good vibes, uplifting energies, and all that. There's a reason why I don't call it uplifting energy exchange. There's a reason why I don't call it good energy exchange. There's a reason why I don't say stay away from bad energy, stay away from negative energy, stay away from evil energy. No. That's why I specifically call it high quality energy. Quality. You're going for quality, you're not going for morality, positivity, and all these kind of things. To a warrior, positivity is worthless if it is not generating high quality energy. Let me say that again. To a warrior, positivity is worthless if it is not making you someone who generates and transacts high quality energy as much as possible. Now, how is that? Let me give you an example. Let's say that a couple had a fight, or two friends, best friends, had a fight, and now they haven't talked to each other for 3-4 days. The fight wasn't even that big a deal to one of them, but it was a big deal to the other person. Now, the person who didn't think it was such a big deal for 3-4 days has been wondering, how the hell are we not speaking? If I try to talk to her, I don't understand, she doesn't want to talk, or the other way around. And you have very low quality exchange happening between these two individuals, right? Now, a high quality exchange, if one of them was a warrior, they would negotiate, they would open up a communication channel which would help them to establish honest communication, versus someone believing in positive vibes or positivity and trying to be all positive about the situation. Oh, positive, let's stay positive, let's not. What do you think it's going to toxify even more? One of those people will have to compromise to pander to the other person's positivity, all happy and excited about life when the other person's around, so they can be really positive around them. It's stupid, it's tyranny, it's bullying, it's emotional bullying. However, if you were to focus on being honest, and expressing yourself honestly. So let's take, for example, the person who feels it wasn't that big a deal, but somehow the other person got really hurt by this, or has got really angered or ragified by it. Okay, how about let me express myself honestly, try to open up a communication channel where I can be humble, not self-important, not lying to oneself, not pretending that I am better than I really am, right? Be humble and try and express myself honestly. Now, if it was a warrior who was trying this, they would have tools in their belt to do that. One of the greatest tools that my apprentices start learning very quickly within weeks of starting with me is something called non-violent communication. Invented, as far as I believe, or at least taught by a gentleman who's the late great Marshall Rosenberg. There are videos of him on YouTube giving workshops on NVC. I urge you to become a master at nonviolent communication. And so if a warrior was in that situation, they would open up a communication channel using non-violent communication means. They would already have qualified themselves with those tools to be used in exactly such a situation. Then they would express their need, their side of the story, honestly and with great humility. And they would give energy. You've got to give to get. You've got to give to get. You've got to be grateful first before doors open. That's how it works. You can't boss around and pretend that you're better than you really are and expect good results, expect high quality energy. And you certainly won't get high quality energy by brainwashing yourself into some kind of weird positive psycho person. You know, that California New Age, shallow, not even skin deep shallow, really shallow. So you don't want to become that kind of new agey, positive, repulsive person. There are plenty of those on YouTube. What you want to do is concentrate on honesty, which is what Oz Conscious was confused about. Where is the line between ruthlessly honest with yourself and creating uplifting energies? You see, this is where the confusion was, because Oz Conscious, what was happening was that you were confusing high quality energy with uplifting energy. Uplifting, the addiction to positivity. Just being addicted because it feels good. But a warrior does not run after things that feel good. That's what the average man does. A warrior has a strategy, and that strategy's got nothing to do with spending your life feeling good or feeling bad, because the warrior does not live life wanting to find relief from the pressures of life. The warrior lives her life wanting to find freedom. There's another video I did called Freedom From versus Freedom Within. Go and check it out. It will really clarify for you. And watch it a few times, because the machine mind stupefies us. In fact, I recommend watch my videos a couple of times at least, because you'll get something out of it. Skip the parts where I ramble, but just really watch the learning in the videos. And you will see each time you watch them, in fact, you watch them now and randomly pick a video of mine, watch it 10 years later or 5 years later. You will get a whole totally different perspective on it. I promise you that. So that's where the confusion is. Do not run after positive vibes. Don't understand high quality energy as some kind of positive living. Now, in this situation, let's go back to that example. The warrior opens the dialogue. Fortunately, the other person is open to communication, and they start communicating. Already a high quality energy exchange is established. Now, that doesn't mean they've just become extremely happy now suddenly. No, they're just talking, they're ironing things out. There may be hurts on both sides that may need to be addressed. They're certainly not jumping for joy right now and being all positive and happy and uplifted. They're working out some difficult shit, right? But they are talking. From not talking and being confused to talking is a big jump in quality of energy exchange. You get it? So high quality energy exchange is a much broader term than uplifting energies, or which is, I really understand how that can be mistaken, but do not mistake it like that. Take another example, a person who's been depressed for years. Depressed for years. It's a bad state to get into, man. It's a bad momentum to have in your life. A high quality energy exchange for them, would not be jumping for joy, being positive, and doing positive affirmations. They're going to be worthless for that person. A high quality energy exchange for that person within themselves would be something like this. Thinking about, okay, I accept that I have been depressed for many years. However, could I admit to a possibility of changing? Could there be a possibility of changing that situation? And could it be that I could do it? Just that gentle, relaxed line of inquiry is starting to create a high quality exchange right there. You see how this works? I want to make it very clear in this video so that there's no confusion of what I mean when I say high quality energy exchange. Then my impeccability is fulfilled. Then it's not up to me whether you understand what you understand from it. I have explained it fully, right? So remember this. Let's go on to, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't positive affirmations / good holistic thoughts sometimes lying to yourself in order to change your state? How can you be ruthlessly honest with yourself and create high quality energy? So hope the couple of examples I described help you to see what high quality energy exchange really means. Ruthless honesty will always 110% guaranteed, money back guarantee, will yield high quality energy exchange. I'll give you another example of a high quality energy exchange. For example, you're sitting with your family and they don't want to hear anything about pedophilia. And you've been doing some research and you are appalled at what's going on, right? Now, there's a difference in energy states between you and your family that's sitting around the dinner table. They believe in masks. They believe that coronavirus is a real threat and oh my God, it's everywhere. Even it's coming out of the pet dog's ass as well right now. Oh, even the mosquitoes are biting me and putting corona into me right now. Everyone should be masked. Everyone should be vaccinated. They're on that trip, that whole sheeple trip. And you've been doing some research and you're like starting to question, like, wow, nothing about this stupid scam even adds up. Nothing. The more I look, the more the picture emerges that it's no different from the insurance industry. Life insurance. I'll sell you life insurance. It is one of the most laughable industries apart from the fashion industry that the Western white middle class man has invented for the rest of the world and convinced them that it has some value. The insurance industry, especially life insurance. I will insure your life. So you're starting to see all this bullshit. Your family is completely asleep at the wheel. There's now a energy differential. There's an energy state differential. You're vibrating at a different energy than them. Now remember Remember, clock what I just said. I did not say you're vibrating at a higher energy, or you're vibrating at a better energy, or you're somehow better than them now because you kind of have a bit of a clue. No, you're different, operating on a different energy, right? There's dissonance now there. How would you establish a high quality energy exchange? You want to be honest there. You want to see and for example, the conversation comes. Either stay quiet because you know that it's not worth it, or open up the conversation in a way that gets you to honestly express yourself. That doesn't mean your opinion, yourself. What would that mean? Because as soon as you start on harping on about your opinion of things, my research, or David Icke says this, or whatever, I read this book, or I read this meme, or whatever, this doctor was saying this, Dr. Bata was saying this, and just opinions. They're all opinions at the end of the day. They're all perspectives. But that will not yield you, that will make, I can guarantee you that conversation will go downhill very quickly. You will end up with a very low quality energy exchange. What would a warrior do? If you are well versed in NVC, nonviolent communication, you will understand that your part in this conversation, if you want to take part, and you should, it's good for your self-importance, go take part in it, is to express how you're feeling about it. Stay away from your worthless opinions. They are worth nothing to you or to anyone else. How are you feeling about it? So if I was you, I would say something like, I understand why you guys would. I really get the whole mask thing. I really get it. I only know that when I wear a mask, this is how it makes me feel. I only know that when I found out that there's a 99.9% recovery of this scamdemic virus thing, virus I call it, fake virus, totally lab made, and they just keep trying. They try with AIDS, they tried with the weaponized cancer. If you was to ask Bob Marley now, he'd tell you that it was weaponized cancer. They would try with all these bovine disease and all these bullshit that they keep doing throughout the years, but nothing sticks. Nothing kills en masse. You know why? Because the human body is so resilient and amazing. It needs so much attacking before it'll give in. I studied self-defense for nigh on 20 years. I can tell you how hard it is to actually beat someone. The human body is tough, man. We adapt like this. Our immune systems, whatever the hell this immune system even is, the whole body functions as one. There's nothing called an immune system. The whole body functions, there's nothing called an ear. This is just something right here. It is connected to a whole different thing. You can't just chop this off and still listen with it. It needs to be, your whole body is one system. So stop thinking in terms of this nonsense you've been told. But we are so resilient. We adapt so well, and so quickly to anything these idiots introduce into the biome. That's what's happened with this. And the reason it's happening now and they're rushing through things, the predator is panicking. I will say no more here, but the predator is panicking. It has to do with adrenochrome, its potency, and the rising electromagnetic frequency of the planet and each individual and every living thing on this. It's not really a planet, it's a dimension. In this dimension, the word dimension is the closest you can get to describe what the average man is indoctrinated to understand as the earth. So totally off topic. I know there was someone had wanted me to talk about this a little bit, so I do. Try and stay away from it because it's completely, you're just listening to a worthless opinion right now. You've got to do your own, you've got to go on a whole red pilling journey of your own and come up with your own file on this stuff. Okay? I see what I see because I see energy as it flows in the universe, and that helps me to collate in my mind fairly accurate pictures of what's going on, how things are. That does not mean that now everyone has to agree with me. You know what I mean? So this is how, at that dinner table, you're gonna stay with how it makes you feel. You're gonna say, you know, when I found out what pizza really, the word really means to these elite classes and how many of them are involved in it, it made me feel, fill in the blank. Don't swap narratives, don't swap opinions. It is a guaranteed way to create low quality energy. Even though you are thinking you're honestly expressing yourself, you're not. You're simply just expressing a religious stance. That's all you're doing. You could have been talking about trying to convert them to Christianity. It's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. What content is coming out of your mouth doesn't matter. Where it's coming from, what the aim is, matters. So here, you've got to learn to first of all learn what your needs are, which means becoming alive to your body. Your body. How does it feel? And then you're going to have to learn to how to holistically express it and honestly express it, and when to pick your battles and when not. It's a very safe bet to assume that when you express your feelings and make it clear that you are feeling that way, keep expressing the language of feelings, it's safe to assume that that person will be far more open to listening to you. You know why? Because their cherished opinions aren't being challenged. You are simply expressing your feelings, using your opinion as a tool to do that. So when you're expressing your feelings at that dinner table now, you have, no matter what the outcome, you have done your best. You've been impeccable with creating and generating a high quality energy field around you. You could even call it a high quality feeling field, right? And high quality feelings are not just positive, 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 or uplifting, uplifting, uplifting. Think of it from the Toltec point of view, think of it as power. What empowers you? And what disempowers you? Having it out with someone, really going loggerheads with them, shouting, screaming, have a good old screaming match with them, and you guys find great relief after, like, oh, that felt so good. I've been wanting to say this shit to you for years. And she goes, yeah, I've been wanting to say all this shit to you for years. And then both of you find great relief and go and have a cup of tea or share an ice cream or something. You see, that is a high quality energy exchange. There was nothing uplifting about it, but it was empowering. My whole attempt with these videos is to give you guys a picture, a feeling picture of what the Toltec life and what Toltec priorities and what Toltec knowledge is really about, really, in functional living. With that, let me know what you think of this bit of a ramble. Thank you, Aussie Conscious. I like that name. I like to say it as Aussie Conscious rather than Oz Conscious. Oz Conscious. That's a great name, I must say. Thank you for bringing that up. Keep asking questions. Anyone who has questions, put them down in the comments. With that, walk in freedom. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.